So today we are going to see the carving of mandibular first prominent molar. The length of the crown is 7.5, root is 14 millimeter. So first we will take around 1 centimeter, we will mark the crown. We will extend this to all the surfaces. Next, root we are going to measure it. That is 14 millimeters, around 1.5 centimeter. Okay, so from there we'll take 1.5 around here. Right. We'll remove the excess. So the excess is removed. This is for the crown and this is for the root. Now we have to mark this line. Buccal, lingual, mesial, opposite to distal. So now the size, the surface has been marked. All the aspects: distal aspect, mesial aspect, lingual, buccal. Now coming to the occlusal aspect. So mandibular molar will have 5 cusps: 2 buccal cusps, 2 lingual cusps, and 1 distal cusp. Okay. Before that, around 1 millimeter, you make one line here. Give a slope, because this will tends to slope. Tilt towards lingual. To give the tilt, you have to do this. Okay. Next, mark a center line from mesial to distal. Yes, center line will mark from mesial to distal. Distal aspect, no problem. Sorry, in the lingual aspect, no problem. 1. This is for the 2 lingual cusps. Buccal also is similar. And here, the buccal aspect, there is one small cusp. So this is outline of the 5 cusps. Buccal cusp 3, mesiobuccal, distobuccal, distal. This is an outline. The lingual aspect, this is mesolingual, distolingual, right? Now we have to carve the cusps by deepening the grooves. To maintain the outline, when you are carving, you have to maintain the outline. Now the outline is formed. Still we have to do, before that you will see the roots. Next, this is a cervical line. So you have to give a convergence of the crown, all aspects. Give a convergence towards the cervical line. The crown will converge toward the cervical line. At the same time, you can remove the excess. Now we have to separate the roots. We have two roots, that is mesial and distal. So this is the buccal aspect, this is the lingual aspect, this is the distal aspect, and this is the mesial. So there are two roots should come. One is in the distal and mesial root and distal root. So turn the back side from buccal to lingual mouth line. Extend this to mesial and distal aspects. Understand? From buccal aspect to lingual aspect on center line, and extend this line into mesial and distal aspects. We have to remove the wax in between. Root will get converged. So now we have to measure and reduce. Maintain the cervical line. Always remove it from inside. If you remove it from outside too much, the root will get converged. When you are carving it, you have to be very careful, otherwise it will break. The tip especially, where you have done the bifurcation, very carefully you should hold and do it. The chances of breakage is more at this time. So better do it from here. And even increase the depth, no problem, by doing this, but you have to do it very carefully. The outline has come. We have to remove the excess. We have to measure and reduce the excess. outline has come, 2 lingual cusp, 2 buccal cusp and 1 distal cusp. The excess, again it to deepen it, little bit deepen. We will develop the cusp. Not a big problem, you can make it up. Once the outline has come, it is very easy to carve. Can you see that? Mesobuccal, distobuccal, distal, mesolingual, distolingual, 5 cusps. Now the outline. So the cervical line you have to maintain still. The root has to be finished in proper way. Still the reduction is there. The root is flat, it's not conical, that is very important. But upper molar roots are conical and the lower molar is flat actually. Well diverged root actually. Both are. More bulky here, you have to reduce the bulkiness here, bulky here, distally, and still reduce a bit. The cervical line has to be maintained because every time we are closing down, the cervical line tends to, so we have to maintain it. Now everything is okay, we have to measure it and reduce the excess in case if it is larger. I think this measurement is okay. To be a polishing well. Also make it a bit prominent, we can make it prominent by doing this, by deepening the, I think the cusp will become prominent like this. So the molar looks like. So this is the occlusal aspect, the buccal cusp, the buccal aspect, 3 cusps, mesobuccal, distobuccal, distal cusp, the lingual side, mesolingual, distolingual. There are 2 roots here, mesial and distal. This is the distal root and mesial root. Still we have to give a minor adjustment. And now we can measure it. If it is a desirable diameter, we can leave it. And most importantly, labiolingually and mesiodistal width. So mesiodistal width is larger than labiolingual. That is very important in case of mandibular cuspon. But the maxillary is opposite. So the tilt also is there. So now you can see The mesodistal diameter is larger than the labiolingual. This is the, and you can see the rectangle outline of mandibular first molar, whereas maxillary is rhomboidal. So occlusal aspects: buccal, mesial, distal, there is the distal cusp, lingual, the measurement. Okay, so this is the mandibular first prominent